black routines were systematically scrutinized by white producers looking for something hot. And no sooner had a black person created something new than it was preempted by the whites, who claimed it as their own. To add insult to injury, if a white character came upon a group of blacks doing their routine, the white person immediately took stage center and began to teach them how to correctly execute what had been stolen from them in the first place.
Where's Gabriel?
As far as Hollywood was concerned, anything a black person could do, even if he'd been doing it since birth, could be done better by a white person in 3 seconds. Not only that, blacks were required to stand around grinning and shaking their kinky heads in amazement. Lord of mercy, look a little massive, look a little missing.
Look at that gal sugar.
Well, these films didn't exactly set the box offices on fire with the colored audiences.
Tell me he's slow, tell me I'm crazy, maybe
Hollywood threw up its hands and declared that the colored audience was overly sensitive and they were going to give up on trying to appease us ungrateful, belly-aching darkies. And we went from the new Negro era to the no Negro era. For a while there, blacks almost disappeared from the silver screen. But the boycott couldn't last because Hollywood knew there was money burning in those ebony pockets, and they wanted some of it. The business of America is business. Hollywood had discovered that if they used a black guy as part of the group of good guys in an action movie, putting him somewhere in the posse or platoon and not killing him off too soon, the Negro audiences came in droves.
Come on! Jefferson bastard! Come on, Jefferson!
The only problem was Hollywood wasn't too fond of having a virile, lusty black guy running around. And when it came to sexual matters, they figured, well, why take a chance? So Hollywood split the difference.
I'll take him.
Driver, oh no, for you I want only the best, Lady Helena.
They used Negro hunks, okay.
I'll take the big black one.
But whenever there was a white woman around, he had to lurk in the distance.
I'm on my way!
Sometimes they had us around to be taken in by white con men. But outside of that, well...
Had a mighty hard time, but I'm on my way. Had a mighty hard time, but I'm on my way. It's a mighty hard climb, but I'm on my way. On my way, glory, hallelujah, I'm on my way.
We were personas non gratas.
That's your freedom. You're a free man, Jeff.
Unless it was absolutely necessary to the story. And if it were, there we would be up there bumbling but loyal, ready to die at the drop of a hat for our master or mistress.
Thank you, sir. Colonel Boy, you say I'm a free man?
That's right.
Well, if I'm free, And I got a right to decide what I'm going to do. Seems to me that's what you men are fighting for. So I reckon I'll stay.
Lay quiet, Hook.
Oh, but they'll catch you, Jim. Please let me down. You gotta go free. You gotta get back to your wife and Joey. Put me down, Jim.
We've got to get you to a doctor, Hook.
Oh, Jim. Don't. No, Jim.
The actual behavior of a Negro character in any given film might seem to be predicated on the dramatic needs of that film. But through the accumulation of similar images from a zillion such films, the same behavior repeated in film after film, shot after shot, a less benign picture emerges.
Well, why doesn't it kill him? Kill him. Well, what's the matter now? Kill him!
Kill him, you imbecile.
Kill him!
Kill him!
Kill him!
You're gonna make somebody a fine old lady one day.
While making concessions to the Negro's progress in society at large, American movies clung tenaciously to the cliches of the past in one form or the other. All in all, it was business as usual. The concessions Hollywood made were only tactical in nature. The strategic goal remained the same: to protect the status quo, perpetuate the myth of white supremacy, and thereby undermine the Negro's struggle for equality in the United States. But the brothers and sisters were growing impatient with waiting for equality. They took to the streets in orderly marches. But good old Hollywood only heard the rumblings as a business opportunity. One studio decided to do a movie about what they were sure black audiences wanted more than anything in the world: every Negro's secret desire, the jewel in the crown, so to speak: intermarriage. The studio figured they had a box office bonanza. Of course, they billed it as a great step forward for equality. Anyhow, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is about a black man's engagement to a white one.
That's the story of, that's the glory of love.
Equality, huh? Never mind that the black guy was a scientist, a Nobel Prize candidate, a Pulitzer Prize winning butter wouldn't melt in his mouth type, who could practically walk on water, and that she was only a pimply-faced nobody. They were equally matched because she was white. Right? Right. The powers dominating Hollywood were not only race-specific, totally white, it was gender-specific, totally male. Not that things have changed that much. There's a continuing stream of books documenting the mistreatment of actresses at the hands of the macho, misogynist moguls of Hollywood, the inequities in pay, parts, power, etc. Endless epics of the second-class treatment of women.
T-Bone, you too little and too late.
And these were white women.
Dig me, baby.
Wasting your time right now, son.
If things were tough for a white woman, they were draconian for a black woman.
What was happening?
However, rarely are black actresses even mentioned in the books about Hollywood's exploitation of its females.
Give it to me.
Well, I've got a living child in me.
You let that nigga knock you up?
Nobody but you. This is your baby, Willie Joe. All yours. And you know, he just might be about as white as you.
Still gonna be a nigga.
Yes, Daddy. And he's gonna be something.
Emma?